I want to be looking at the.
Just remember, you guys are going to have to pull your chairs out to stand up, okay? All right. Good evening. Is this on? Please rise for please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Going to introduce the members of the Select Chorus to sing our national anthem. Please be seated. My name is Craig Levis. I'm the principal of Attleboro High School. So on behalf of the Attleboro School Committee, the superintendent, Mr. David Sawyer, assistant superintendent, Ms. Lori Regan, my administrative team want to welcome you to tonight's candidates forum. Once I leave the stage, this forum is going to be facilitated completely by our student council. We ask you to be respectful of them. They put a lot of effort and time with the support of staff, and we hope that this is an informative night. We want to thank our audience for coming. And at the end of the forum, we're going to have 20 minutes opportunity to go out in the cafeteria to meet the candidates and have a conversation. So we look forward to that. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our student council president, class of 2026, Miss Emily Olson.
Good evening. My name is Emily Olson. I'm a senior here at Attleboro High School who also happens to be the president of the hardworking and dedicated Attleboro High School Student Council who planned this event tonight. Firstly, I want to thank all the candidates, volunteers, and constituents who took time out of their busy lives to be here. You all could be anywhere in the world, but you are here tonight supporting local democracy. And for that, I want to send out a very warm thank you. The truth is, measurable change starts at the local level. The candidates in front of you on this stage have the potential to directly and significantly impact your life and city. They are the reason that we are able to arrive here safely on paved roads with police officers and firefighters available because of their budget approvals. They are the reason we have pencils, papers, and the ability to host an event like this here in this beautiful new school. Make no mistake, these people on the stage are not just candidates. They are change makers who will help propel Attleboro into a brighter future. As we move through the questions at this candidates forum, I hope that you all will leave this auditorium more informed and better acquainted with your public servants. Although I'm sure you all would love to hear me talk some more, it really wouldn't be a candidates forum without the forum part. In the forum segment, candidates, who are divided into 6 groups based on the office they are running for, will be given 2 minutes to introduce themselves and answer a question asked by one of our many student moderators. After the first round of questions, each candidate will be called up again based on their group and given 1 final minute to offer some closing remarks. Once this is finished, constituents are free to go out to the cafeteria where candidates will be stationed to answer questions. Now, I would like to turn it over to my classmate, Matthew Olson, who will be asking questions to the candidates for executive offices.
Good evening. I would like to inform the audience that we grouped the candidates based on office and whether the candidate was opposed or unopposed. The order the candidates are speaking in was chosen at random. The person who speaks last during the first round will speak first during closing remarks. I would now like to welcome the candidates for Attleboro's executive offices to the stage. City Clerk Jackson, City Collector Dolan, City Treasurer Gignac, and Mayor DeSimone. City Clerk Jackson, we will start with you. Please take 2 minutes to introduce yourself and answer this question. What are your top priorities or initiatives you hope to focus on during your term to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of your department?
Good evening, and thank you, Student Council, for inviting us here and forming this forum. It's my pleasure and an honor to be here this evening. My name is Kate Jackson. I'm in my 4th year, my 2nd term as your city clerk. I'm a former city councilor I was a city councilor for 14 years. I'm enjoying my job as your city clerk. I have a wonderful staff that I work with, and most people don't know that what the city clerk's office does. We issue all licenses to Class 1, Class 2, Class 3 auto dealerships. We issue licenses when you license your dog. We handle birth certificates, and trust me, that's a busy one because we have a birthing hospital right here at Sturdy. We handle death certificates, marriages. I actually perform a lot of marriages at City Hall. Some of you have been there before. I have a nice little arbor I set up for the residents to come, and you'd be amazed how many people have actually gotten married at City Hall this last few years. We also deal with the public quite often, and my staff is wonderful. They handle every situation, even if it has nothing to do with our department, they always help people out. So whenever you come into City Hall, if you have any questions or calls, you can call the clerk's office and we'll direct you in the right way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, City Clerk Jackson. City Collector Dolan, would you like me to rephrase the question?
No, I understand the question. I appreciate it, though.
Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you to the Attleboro High School Student Council for hosting this evening. My name is Tom Dolan, and I'm running for the City Collector position. I've lived in Attleboro 30-plus years, married to Laura. We have a 22-year-old son who has gone through the Attleboro school system, but unfortunately just missed the opportunity to enjoy this beautiful new high school by 1 year. I've enjoyed many years of coaching various sports programs and participating in the Keep Attleboro Beautiful annual spring cleanup. I have a business degree from Nichols College, and I'm currently the manager of a service department and accounts receivable department for a high-end home automation company. When I heard that the current collector would be retiring, I knew this position would be a good fit for me. Having a business degree and a career in accounts receivable, I knew this would be a perfect position for my skill set. As far as my question, as first-time candidate for city collector, I'm running to bring accountability, transparency, and efficiency to the way our city manages your tax dollars. I'd like to improve the city's webpage with duties, responsibilities, and offerings. I believe that every resident deserves confidence that their money is collected fairly and used responsibly to support services that we rely on. My goal is simple: to serve with honesty, professionalism, and respect for the people that make our community strong. That concludes my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, City Collector Dolan. City Treasurer Gignac, would you like me to rephrase the question?
No, I understand the question. Thank you. My name is Laura Gignac, and I'm your Attleboro City Treasurer, running unopposed for re-election. I thank you for having me here today. For those who don't know me, I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Attleboro. I graduated from Attleboro High School, the old Attleboro High School. This one's beautiful. I'm also actively involved in the community. I have 26 years in banking, and all of that experience exposed me to all aspects of financial management. My banking experience aided me in implementing processes and improvements that have resulted in smoother workflow, not only for the Treasurer's Office, but other departments as well. As Treasurer, I continuously analyze interest rates to ensure the maximum rate of return on our investments, as well as obtain the lowest borrowing rates on loans. I regularly attend classes to keep me up to date with all the changes in the industry, as well as reaching out to my peers and networking. I do consistent cross-training in my office to make sure everybody knows everybody else's jobs. We've also made manuals, so that way it's seamless if someone isn't there. Over the past 10 years, my office has assisted many of the residents with payment plans to help them pay past due taxes, which has allowed them to stay in their homes. As far as the top priorities and initiatives that I hope to focus on, while I've been in office, one of my priorities has been updating technology across all departments. I have provided multiple departments with credit card equipment and online platforms that allow the residents to pay for services electronically. This is not only convenient for the residents, but also to the Treasurer's Office because it allows us to collect funds quicker and more efficiently. Another initiative I've been focusing on is working with Munis, our financial software, to provide employees with an electronic pay stub for direct deposits in W-2 forms. This upgrade will greatly improve the efficiency of the Treasurer's Office by reducing the amount of direct deposits pay stubs that are distributed by paper still, and we stuff them, on a weekly basis. It will also cut the year-end W-2 process time in half.
Thank you, City Treasurer Gignac. Mayor DeSimone, before you begin, I'd like to reword your question to better fit your office.
Sure.
What are your top priorities or initiatives you hope to focus on during your term to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of Attleboro?
Great. Thank you for the question. Thank you for having me. Good evening. My name is Kathleen DeSimone. I'm running for re-election as mayor of Attleboro. I took office in March of 2023 after serving as an at-large member of the Municipal Council. I have a bachelor's degree in journalism, a master's degree in higher education, and a law degree. I am married to an Attleboro school teacher, and I have 2 children. I have long been involved in the city of Attleboro, having worked for and served on a number of municipal, nonprofit, and volunteer organizations in the city. I am running for re-election to add more affordable housing so Attleboro public school students like you and others can afford a home here, to improve our city infrastructure and facilities, including our police and fire headquarters, to welcome and support new small businesses, and to maximize the use of public monies through smart financial planning, creative problem solving, and public-private partnerships. Since taking office, I have saved taxpayer monies by overhauling the non-union employee compensation plan, pushed for the sale of vacant city properties for development into affordable housing, adopted a 5-year financial forecast and financial policies. I meet monthly with city and school administration leaders to better plan for the annual city budget, and I propose using a 5.5-acre developed lot at Highland for the construction of affordable senior apartments with a self-contained senior community center, potentially saving the city millions of dollars in construction costs. Working with the police chief, local healthcare providers, and social workers, I created a strategic plan for our opioid settlement funds that provides for better access to mental health and transportation services, which has helped reduce the number of opioid deaths in the city. I believe in fairness, transparency, and accountability. I'm running for re-election to keep the city moving forward and to ensure that it remains a vibrant, welcoming, and affordable place for all.
Thank you, Mayor DeSimone, and thank you, candidates. Candidates on stage may now take a seat. I'll now hand over my moderator duties to my classmate, Zain Assad, and welcome our City Council unopposed candidates to the stage. Councilor Holmes, Councilor Angelo, and Council Vice President Dolan. Please come to the lecterns.
Thank you, Matthew, and welcome candidates. Counselor Holmes, we will start with you. Please take 2 minutes to introduce yourself and answer this question. What are 1 or 2 things you would like to accomplish during your next term as a city councilor, and how do you plan to do it?
Thank you. Thank you for organizing this. This is a very important event. My name's Diana Holmes, and I'm the Ward 6 City Councilor. I've been on council since 2018. Prior to that, and what I first got involved with was helping build this high school. I was connected to a group called Attleboro for Education. And with that process, we ended up saying, yes, cost less. I don't know if you remember those signs, if you were around at that time, but the high school is now here. I have chaired such committees as the Personnel Committee, Ordinance, Election, and Legislative Matters, the Zoning and Land Use Committee, and the Special Committee for Senior Tax Abatement Review. I currently chair the Public Safety and Emergency Management Committee. Over the next 2 years, I would like to focus on securing sustainable funding for public safety and ensuring that local departments have the resources they need to provide essential services to residents. On the council, I will focus on ensuring that the budget remains balanced to support the city's long-term financial sustainability. And that concludes my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Holmes. Counselor Angelo. Do you need the question to be repeated back to you?
No, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Hi. My name is Michael Angelo. I'm a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. I've lived in Attleboro since 1969. Can you hear me okay? All right. I've coached baseball, basketball, and football 15 years for each sport. Finishing my 4th year in the City Council, I'm looking forward to what we can do for the next 2 years. I approach everything like it's a business and what's best for the city and the residents. I will continue to advocate for the seniors, people on fixed income, and veterans. I will continue to try to keep costs down by helping to bring in revenue to the city. More revenue the city can generate will keep fees down. I will continue to work to preserve open space for the residents and try to prevent overbuilding so we don't tax our infrastructure any more than we already have. I will continue to help my Ward 4 in the whole city of Attleboro. I will answer every call and every email, and I will advocate for all citizens. So 2 things that I like to accomplish, and how do I plan to accomplish it? I want to help support the city and build on a council on aging and low-income houses for seniors and veterans, as Mayor DeSimone has spoken about. I want to work to slow building for new homes in the city, possible higher taxes for new homes, incentives for achieving certain items while building that will lessen the carbon footprint on the environment, and what would be the return on the investment if a new development comes into the city. It is very important. A lot of new building is happening, and we're losing a lot of trees and a lot of areas for all the wildlife, and that is something that bothers me immensely. And I want to help continue to work with the Sustainability Commission as well too, and see what we can get done. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Counselor Angelo. Council Vice President Dolan.
Thank you. Now I feel concerned I might go long. Good evening. Thank you for having me, and thank you to the Attleboro High School Student Council for hosting this evening. My name is Laura Dolan. I'm the Vice President of the Municipal Council, and I represent Ward 5. I'm a lifelong resident of Attleboro. I've been married to my husband Tom for 28 years, and we have a 22-year-old son. I am deeply proud to represent the city that has raised me, a place whose spirit, resilience, and people inspire everything I do in public service. If reelected, I will continue to push for economic growth with practical and forward-looking solutions. This means investing in infrastructure, keeping our streets safe for pedestrians, and ensuring every part of our city, not just the loudest voices, see the benefits of our progress. I believe we have made great progress in the city, but there's still a lot of work to do. In my first speech as a new candidate in 2018, I referenced how some of us of a certain age miss the good old days of Silman's Shoe Store and London's and a bustling downtown. We certainly have great memories from those times, but a lot has changed since those days. But that doesn't mean that we cannot create new memories that are just as meaningful. We are no longer stuck in the past. We're building a city that is more connected, more resilient, and more prepared for the future. And as far as the question goes, during my next term, I'd like to focus on expanding Attleboro's commercial base, not just by re-examining our current tax policy, but by making it easier for business to grow and invest here. When we attract and support local businesses, we strengthen our economy and lighten the tax burden for homeowners. My goal is balance, keeping Attleboro affordable and taxes predictable for residents while encouraging smart growth that benefits everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Council Vice President Dolan. And thank you, candidates. You may now sit back down. I will now hand over my moderator duties to my classmate Gabriel Reed and welcome our City Council contested race candidates to the stage. We will be doing this in two groups. The first group is Councilor Tavares, Councilor Lavoie, Councilor Sawyer, Council President Delizio, and Mr. Barone. These candidates are seeking at-large positions.
Thank you, Zane, and welcome, candidates. We will start with Councilor Tavares. Please take 2 minutes to introduce yourself and answer this question. If elected, what will be your focus areas and how will you work collaboratively within the community to accomplish them? Also, what sets you apart from other candidates running for the same position?
Well, good evening. I want to begin by thanking the Student Council and Principal Levis for organizing and hosting tonight's forum. My name is Jonathan Tavares, and I'm honored to serve as your City Councilor at large. I was raised here in Attleboro, and my wife and I of nearly 11 years are now raising our 5 children here. If reelected, one of my top priorities will be initiating the process of creating a city charter commission. Our charter, the city's foundational governing document, hasn't had a comprehensive review in over 50 years. Forming a charter commission will give residents a direct voice in shaping the future of our city to build a more effective, transparent, and accountable government. Second, I'll continue to work to provide quality of life for Attleboro residents. That includes addressing housing affordability, supporting small businesses, and reversing the steady erosion of our commercial property tax base. We need to attract and retain businesses and growing industries today that will make long-term investments in our city tomorrow, much like the jewelry industry of the 20th century. A healthy, growing commercial and industrial sector will naturally reduce the property tax burden for our homeowners. Third, I'm committed to supporting our seniors. I'll continue advocating for a new senior center and for creative funding solutions to make it a reality, as you've heard from the mayor, while also exploring ways to expand property tax relief for those on fixed incomes. And lastly, what sets me apart as a candidate is my background, experience, and perspective. I'm the only attorney running for city council. I'm the first generation in my family of Cape Verdean immigrants to be born and raised here in the U.S., right here in Attleboro. I also bring 12 years of experience in real estate as a broker and 15 years as an entrepreneur. My background allows me to see issues from multiple perspectives, and as the current chair of ordinances, I've put those skills to work to ensure that city government remains transparent and accountable to the people that it serves.
Thank you, Councilor Tavares. Up next, Councilor Lavoie.
Thank you, and thank you, Student Council, for hosting this, for the taxpayers who supported funding this beautiful high school, double ACS for broadcasting it, and hopefully they make me look a little slimmer this evening. I'm currently one of the 5 at-large city councilors, and if reelected, my focus is going to be on strengthening Attleboro's fiscal stability, protecting our neighborhoods, and fostering sustainability and sustainable growth. As a fiscal conservative, I believe every tax dollar should be cared for. That means prioritizing essential services. Throughout the Commonwealth, we're seeing cities and towns cutting programs, laying off municipal employees, and pushing for overrides to fund basic necessities for any taxpayer. As of now, I'm proud to be a part of an administration that passed a balanced budget and with the plan to do so again. So I believe that it's important for me to be back on the council to ask tough questions, challenge overspending, and ensure that all your tax dollars are safe and trusted. I'll continue to work to support our local economy. I want to work to cut red tape, and I know that's a broad term, but through being on the council now for 2 years, I've talked to a lot of local business owners who tell me, events that they want to put on can't happen. Things they want to do can't happen because of ordinances from 1960, 1970. So if reelected with some of my colleagues up here, my goal is to work through the ordinances and find some that we can get rid of and make Attleboro a bit more 2025. We want to encourage growth here. We want to expand our commercial tax class because that's what saves everyone out here dollars on their residential tax bill. We won't do that by not expanding our commercial sector. Thanks to my grandparents being here, I'm a proud multi-generational resident of Attleboro. With that comes my pride for our seniors. I'm proud to have drafted and passed free dog licenses for seniors and supported the Highland Park Senior Center, saving taxpayers $14 million, if accepted, in cutting build time in half by using private sector construction.
Thank you so much, Councilor Lavoie. Up next, Councilor Sawyer.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us here. This is a great event to have for all of us to be able to talk to our constituents. And let me just start with first, I'm Lori Sawyer. My wife and I have lived here for about 14 years, and we've really grown in this, in our home, and we have a child who's grown up in the high school and graduated here. And let me start with what sets me apart. As you can see, I'm the only woman running for the at-large councilor seat. And so I bring a perspective rooted in compassion and connection. I care deeply about the people in our city, and my priorities have continued to be helping those in need and making a difference in the community. If I'm re-elected, I'd like to continue serving as the chair of the Zoning, Land Use, and Sustainability Committee. Protecting our one and only earth is something I'm truly passionate about. And I want to keep working with our community and the rest of the council to make sure sustainability stays front and center. And, sustainability isn't a partisan idea. If you look back, President Theodore Roosevelt, a Republican, is known as the father of America's conservation movement. He used his presidential authority to protect millions of acres of public land and created national parks, forests, and monuments. So really, caring for the environment is something we all share responsibility for, regardless of politics. Before I was elected to the City Council, I served as the chair of the Council on Human Rights, and that experience taught me the power of listening, really listening, especially to folks who felt overlooked, unheard, or faced discrimination. That's something I've carried with me as a councilor. I listen and act on what residents tell me matters most. One issue that does come up again and again is housing. It's tough right now for adults trying to buy their first home, for seniors hoping to downsize, and for families looking to settle and grow here. We need more truly affordable, high-quality housing options, and I'm ready to keep working with the administration to help make that happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Councilor Sawyer. Up next, Council President Delisio.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight and being a part of this process, but thank you to the Student Council for putting this on. I think it's another demonstration that the future is truly in good hands. It's also a great pleasure to be here with each of you tonight, especially as we stand just 8 days away from the election. My name is Jay Delisio, and I've got a very shaky mic, and I'm honored to be running for re-election to the Attleboro City Council at large. I've always believed that Attleboro is at our best when we come together, when we listen to one another, work together, and build a community that reflects the values we all share. I'm running for re-election because I want to help plan for Attleboro's future by listening to the issues that matter to you and your family. That means hearing your concerns, acting on them, by partnering with the administration and our state delegation to get real results for our city. As a city councilor, I receive many phone calls and emails from residents, people voicing concerns, talking about challenges that their families face, the issues that they face. But one thing that saddens me a lot is when I call them back or I return an email and they say, wow, I wasn't expecting a call back or an email. That will always be my top priority because as your city councilor, it's important to me that you know your voice matters and your concerns deserve action. I also believe that all elected officials can do better in how we interact with one another. We're not always going to agree, and that's okay. Healthy debate is how we grow and how we find solutions. But we must remember we can disagree without being disagreeable. Over the past 4 years as the president of the Municipal Council, I've taken great pride in leading with respect, empathy, and dignity for everyone who comes before the council, my colleagues on the council, and everyone who calls Attleboro home. We face real challenges in the years ahead, but I'm confident with transparency, accountability, and a commitment to working together, we can move Attleboro forward. With your support and with your vote, I'd be honored to continue as your city councilor at large. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Council President Delicio. Up next, Mr. Brown.
Yes, hello. Good evening. My name is Timothy Baroni. As you've seen, I've been running the last 2 years or so for office because I feel like when I've done campaigning and I've talked to our constituents and everyone in the city, that they want more voice in the city council, and that I could be that voice, because we need a leader and also leadership, but also someone who works for the constituents so that they don't have to spend their days looking up all these different problems or processes. We're going to give you the best solution that you have, because basically I believe in bottom-up politics, that it shouldn't matter who's at the top, and if at the city level and our own personal being is well put together, all that gets taken care of. As one other point about my background, I've spent the last 3 or 4, well actually 5 years at all the different political conventions, books, reading. I was actually at the last Turning Point event. I don't consider myself Republican or Democrat, but I was there the last time Charlie Kirk spoke in Tampa last July. And I think that we should be going to, grabbing ideas from both sides of it. So I've gone to DNC conventions, and when I've gone to DNC conventions, they say, you can't be here, you like so-and-so. And I'm like, no, I'm going to take all the best ideas, and then I'm going to be able to really criticize the bad ideas. And that's what I bring to the fore, is I'm a voracious reader, and I can meet people where they are. And like I said, when I was talking and collecting signatures for this position, a lot of folks wanted new leadership, or at least a voice that was going to hear all aspects of what's going on. And I believe I can be that voice. But also, and most importantly, I mentioned this when I was running for mayor, is we have to focus on our businesses and make it as easy as possible to have a business here, because if we increase the tax base for them, they just leave. And that's what happened to me in 2023, is I had a business here and all the prices went up and the budget, and I'd gone to the budget man who's not there anymore. He went with Mr. Paul Haro. He said, oh, well, we raised all the parking rates because we forgot to do it for 17 years. I'd like to have more accountability, and that's why I'd like to be there.
Thank you, Mr. Bruni. Sorry for the mispronunciation.
That's fine.
Thank you, candidates. You may now take a seat. I will now hand over my moderator duties to my classmate, Shane Mukasa, and welcome our second group of City Council candidates who are in contested races. The candidates are Mr. Qualia, Councilor Morrissey, Mr. McIntyre, Mr. Jackson, and Councilor Waterman.
Thank you, Gabriel, and welcome candidates. Mr. Qualia, we will start with you. Please take 2 minutes to introduce yourself and answer this question. If elected, what will be your focus areas, and how will you work collaboratively within the community to accomplish them? What sets you apart from other candidates running for this office?
Thank you, and thank you for having me. My name's Stephen Qualia, and I'm running for Ward 2 City Council. I'm a proud graduate of Attleboro High School, as are my 2 daughters. I'm a business owner here in Attleboro, and I have a bachelor's degree in business from the University of Salem State. As a candidate for Attleboro's Ward 2 City Council seat, my focus will always be on one thing, and that's the residents. My goal is to ensure that every decision has a discussion, and every vote I take reflects the priorities and needs of the people who live here. Ward 2 deserves a representative who listens, who shows up, and who works every day to make life better for the families and the neighborhoods of our city. One of my biggest priorities is being present and accountable. I want residents to know that when they have questions, concerns, or an idea, I'll be there to listen and respond. Whether it's through community meetings, open office, or just a conversation at local events. I'll make sure there's always an open line of communication between City Hall and the people of Ward 2. I've also built strong relationships with many of the current elected officials, and I plan to use those connections to get things done for our community. Collaboration is key. No one can make progress alone. My background in business has taught me how to work ethically with others, build partnerships, and find solutions that make sense for everybody involved. I'm confident those same skills will help me build bridges across departments and with community organizations throughout Attleboro. Finally, transparency will be at the heart of everything I do. Trust is built through honesty and openness, and the residents deserve to know how and why decisions are being made. I'll always communicate clearly, share updates, and make sure residents have the information they need to stay involved. Together through collaboration, communication, and transparency, I'm confident we can continue moving forward.
Thank you so much, Mr. Quaglia. Up next, we have Councilor Morrissey.
I'm not a counselor, but yet. Hi, everyone. I'm Erin Morrissey. I'm running for City Council position for Ward 2. I'd like to thank the students and staff here at AHS for hosting this event. My immediate focus areas will be traffic calming and the senior center. I will work with the traffic committee, police department, and public works to increase signage and ease congestion. I've heard from so many residents about the speeding going on in some of the most densely populated areas of this city. It's only a matter of time before something bad happens. As for the senior center, I would work with the Council on Aging, the seniors themselves, and appropriate city departments to explore an alternative to building a new center. The taxpayers of Attleboro cannot afford yet another city-funded project that we'll be paying for years. Possible solutions could be a long-term lease for a vacant storefront. There would be parking, space, and most likely a bus route. Another alternative could be the volunteer effort to rehab the country club building at Highland Park. The high school carpentry, plumbing, and electrical students could also perform work as part of their learning experience. I would like guidelines for new apartment buildings. Most have flat roofs, so we could see about requiring the installation of solar panels, having a mix of rent ranges within all buildings to help with the affordability crisis that we face. And if the developers who receive substantial tax breaks from the city sell the property, that tax break should either disappear or decrease by 5 years to get them paying full commercial tax on the building being sold. I'm concerned about the real estate taxes we pay. Over the last 5 years, the assessments on most homes have almost doubled. We can't allow people to be taxed out of their homes. Affordable housing is so needed. While I have been opposed to smaller lot sizes in the past, there are ways to create developments that can offer these homes without detracting from the overall look of the city. And that is why I would like to be elected and honored to be your counselor.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Mr. McIntyre.
Good evening. Thank you so much to the Attleboro High School Student Council and staff for all the energy that went on to putting on this event. It's great to be here. My name is Brendan McIntyre. I'm running for City Council at large. For nearly a decade, I've worked as a city planner, tackling and understanding some of the most pressing issues facing communities like ours across the Commonwealth. I've taken that experience to serve as a volunteer board member on our city's redevelopment authority. I've been active in our community, I've been a leader in my church, and I believe that my combination of professional and volunteer experience can make me a good advocate for you on our city council. And I believe it's my background in city planning that allows me to have a unique perspective that I could possibly bring, and working on issues like addressing our housing affordability crisis, continuing to help our downtown grow and improve, and securing a more sustainable future for our city. Those are all areas that I would like to focus on and I've spent my career working on. You know, I believe everybody on stage tonight cares deeply about our city. We want what is best for it. And we may disagree on the particular policies or approaches that we would have, but in terms of how we work together, I think it comes from a place of respect and listening. Because when people feel respected and when they feel heard, that's how we can more easily collaborate with each other, find common ground, and solve problems. And that is the approach and attitude I would take as your city councilor.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Mr. Jackson.
Good evening. I'd like to begin by thanking the Attleboro High School Student Council and members of the school administration for organizing tonight's event. My name is Keith Jackson, and I am a candidate for City Councilor at large. The reason I'm running for this office is simple. Attleboro is my home, and I'm proud to call it that, always. I served for 35 years on the Attleboro Fire Department, retiring in 2017. During that time and in retirement, I have been involved in many community roles and projects. Now in retirement, I can commit myself to serving as one of your representatives on the municipal council. I will bring a fresh set of eyes and ears to the many challenges that this city is faced with and work to seize opportunities that lie ahead. We have much work to do. A new senior center, senior housing, affordable housing, aging infrastructure and facilities, and providing important services to our residents and those who travel through and to our city. Many costly projects await us. Funding such projects will require assistance at the state and federal levels. Additionally, I feel strongly that the voters of Attleboro have a right to weigh in on ballot initiatives on if and how to fund some of these projects. Over the years, I have met and worked with many department heads, city employees, and elected officials. Perhaps the biggest asset I have to offer is time, energy, and a working knowledge of this city, our city. I will not make promises I can't keep. One promise I can make is to be responsive to every request and/or concern brought to my attention and act in a professional manner at all times. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. And finally, we have Councilor Waterman.
Good evening. Thank you to the City Council and to the schools here for holding this event. Appreciate it. I've been your City Councilor at large for 7 years now, since 2018. My background is social work, and I have a degree in counseling, master's at BU, and phys ed, UMaine. One of the most important things that we need in this city, and I've been working with the Senior Center my entire time as a counselor, is this new Senior Center. I envision it as being in Highland Park. I envision it as overlooking the entire park on the edge of the parking lot, not on any grass. I envision it being large enough to hold other events as well and to become a community center in evenings and weekends, and to hold weddings again there. And it actually will generate some money in some ways as well. And I envision this happening soon. So I hope that support is within the council and within the city. In addition to that, I chair the Traffic and Transportation Committee within City Council. I work with Police Chief Hegney, and I work with our DPW Director Mike Tyler and the Mayor's Committee, and we're always looking for ways to try to make this city safer to drive and even to walk. And you can talk to me later if you like about some of the ideas that we have. And we've put up a few stop signs in places that really needed them, and a few more are going in. Education. I totally back the education program of this city. Not just this high school, but our elementary schools, our middle schools. And I advocated within City Council for the new gym floors.
Thank you so much, Mr. Councilor Waterman.
You're welcome.
We've ran out of time. Thank you, candidates. Thank you, candidates. You may all be seated. I will now hand over my moderator duties to my classmate Kylie Fish and welcome our unopposed school committee candidates to the stage, Mr. Frappier, Mr. Bennett, and Vice Chairman Domenici.
Thank you, Shane, and welcome candidates. We will start with Mr. Frappier. Please take 2 minutes to introduce yourself and answer this question. What is one change or way to improve Attleboro Public Schools that you will advocate for in your next term?
Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. First, I would like to thank the Attleboro High School Student Council for holding this voter forum tonight, and thanks to the Attleboro Public Schools for continuing to host events that enrich our community. My name is Chris Frappier, and I'm running for re-election for Ward 5 School Committee. I'm the dad of 2 students at Peter Thatcher Elementary who are both proud pandas, and I've spent my life in public education from Cranston Public Schools to the University of Rhode Island, and more recently to UMass Lowell, where I'm seeking my master's degree. I've had the privilege of serving for the last 2 years on the committee, 2 terms on the committee, serving on the Finance and Teaching and Learning subcommittees, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming term starting next year. One of the primary responsibilities of the school committee is to make rules and regulations for the management of Attleboro's public schools. In my capacity as a school committee member, the improvement I'd like to advocate for next term is for APS to continue on its energy efficiency journey. In May of this year, the Attleboro High School was accredited for LEED Silver certification due to the sustainable design of the building, as well as the solar canopy most of us parked under outside. While the canopy is still pending activation from National Grid, it's a great start. I'd also like to focus on the energy efficient improvements for our aging building stock. We've seen progress at some of our schools through the Train Performance Contract, and I know that there are many school buildings that are still being evaluated for improvements. Having energy efficient schools will keep costs down for many years to come, which will be helpful, seeing as those costs are going up in most other areas in the city. Beyond the scope of the question, I've been impressed both as a parent and as a school committee member, seeing how Attleboro Public Schools has done more with less. APS has outperformed other comparable districts in many metrics, and our career and technical education program is the envy of other comprehensive high schools in the state, but also across the region. I promise to do my best to be a responsible steward of Attleboro Public Schools, and I'm asking for your support at the polls next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Frappier. Next is Mr. Bennett.
Thank you. Excuse me. My name is Aaron Bennett, and I'm running for re-election for the school committee from Ward 3. I am a lifelong Attleboro resident and a product of the Attleboro schools, for good or for worse. I have 2 kids who both attended Attleboro schools. My son is a senior, and my daughter is a freshman in college. I also am the child of a lifelong career Attleboro High School teacher. And I kind of grew up feeling like I was part of the schools. I went to all the teacher parties, and so when I got to the point that my kids weren't, I coached, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but I'll tell you, I coached a lot of youth basketball and a lot of youth football, including Zane over there on one of my basketball teams. And when that was going to stop, I was looking for some other way that I could give back to Attleboro. It's been so good to me. And so that's what led me to the school committee. It seemed like a natural fit. And I've really enjoyed my time on the school committee. I'm on the Facilities and Infrastructure Subcommittee and on the Policy Subcommittee, where we get really deep into the weeds of lots and lots of fairly boring technical policy documents. And I find that really entertaining. I have a weird idea of fun. I will talk quickly about the thing that we need to work on the most, and that is to change the way that the schools are funded in Attleboro. And I want to thank the mayor for her One City, One Budget initiative, which makes it very clear that the schools in the city are all part of the same thing, and we're working together. And I know there's no more money that the city has. The city's not sitting on a pile of $10 million of extra money they could give to the schools. We all know this, right? And while the schools are 54% of the city budget, we also represent about 30% of the city's income brought through Chapter 74 aid from the state and Chapter 70 aid from the state. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work really hard with our state representatives and our state senator to try to get the state to reopen the Chapter 70 formula. And hopefully we can get some more money that way. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Next is Vice Chairman Domenici.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. This building and this auditorium for events like this is exactly what we envisioned when we were designing this high school. And thank you to the Student Council for running this event. It is this type of learning opportunity that we hoped would be possible by building this high school and bringing more of our educational ideas to the forefront. My name is Scott Domenici, and I am the current Ward 6 representative on school committee. My wife Megan and I moved here 21 years ago, and we are proud to call Attleboro home. I'm the proud parent of 3 children, 1 a recent graduate, and 2 current members of the Attleboro Public Schools. I'm finishing up my 4th term on school committee and my first as a vice chair. It is an honor and a privilege to serve. As far as the question goes, it's really hard to pinpoint something down to a single issue, but I'll get there. Like my colleagues up here, and undoubtedly the colleagues who will come after we're here, funding is a key issue. So that's the high-level mark. We're all going to continue to advocate to get more state funding in our budget, to give ourselves more opportunities to bring additional resources, much needed supports in our school system, so that we can continue to bring the good work forward and give you all the best opportunities we can. I am a member of the Teaching and Learning Subcommittee, and a lot of our educational decisions happen right there. So now we're diving in a little bit, right? We assess all the programs that we have, see what works, what could be done better, what new initiatives can we bring in. So I'm going to continue to work on that committee and hopefully continue to bring forth good programs that make sense for our educational values and for our students. Very specifically, we've grown our CTE program from 12 to 19 with this new building. And one of the fastest growing CTE programs, and I do want to see them all continue to grow fast, is our Criminal Justice Department. I'm an advisor on the Attleboro Youth Court. We are one of only 3 high schools in the Commonwealth to even have one. And we're the
Thank you,
only
Mr. Domenici. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but your time is up.
Oh, I didn't even see the 10 seconds. Thank you.
It's okay. Thank you, candidates. You may be seated. I will now hand over my moderator duties to my classmate Danielle Benjamin and welcome our school committee candidates who are in contested races to the stage. Mr. Amaral, Mr. Poor, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Storrs, and Chairman Geddes.
Thank you, Kylie, and welcome candidates. Mr. Amaral, we'll start with you. Please take 2 minutes to introduce yourself and answer the following question. Can you please share with us your vision and top educational priorities for Attleboro Public Schools? Additionally, as a candidate in the contested race, why should the citizens of Attleboro vote for you?
Thank you. And I'd like to thank the council and the staff for putting on this event also. My name is Brian Amaral. I'm a lifelong resident of Attleboro, 3 kids, a daughter who recently graduated, a sophomore, and a 2nd grade special needs student at Thatcher. My vision for Attleboro Public Schools is to ensure every student receives a high-quality education supported by strong academics, timely interventions, and a positive school environment that helps each child thrive. Attleboro has made meaningful progress, and I want to build on that momentum for every student in the school across our district. My top priorities will include strengthening communication and transparency so that families will feel informed, respected, and included in decisions that impact their children. I'll work to ensure every family feels they have an ally on the school committee, someone who listens, follows through, and advocates for their needs. This includes improving special education services through timely evaluations, individualized support, while maintaining safe, supportive schools that prioritize student well-being and a strong core academics. As a candidate in a contested race, I will listen, ask direct questions, advocate for what truly benefits our students rather than politics. I bring the perspective of an engaged parent who has navigated district services and understands where improvements are needed. I care deeply about this community and will work collaboratively to deliver positive results. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amaral. Next up is Mr. Poor.
Hello and good evening, and I want to thank all the students and the schools for providing this event. I think this is absolutely fantastic. My name is Jim Poor. Not only am I running for Ward 1 School Committee, I'm also running to represent the entire city of Attleboro. I think as an elected official, I don't think it should stick to one particular ward. I think you represent everybody. I'm 54 years old. I have 3 kids in the school system. I have a daughter, 14, and I have twin boys that are 11 and a half years old. I consider myself pretty active in the community. I was recently on the fireworks committee that helped bring the fireworks back to Hayward Field after a long absence. I think one thing that is, I agree with all the other folks about special education. We got to try to get more money. I think that is goes without saying. One thing I do think that needs to be brought up, I think, is school lunches, I think, is an issue. And what I mean by that is these kids right now only have about 20 minutes per day to have lunch. And with the free lunch system now, kids get their lunch and they have about 5 minutes to eat. I think that's something that needs to be addressed. I think kids need more social time. I know growing up, kids had recess and all that. I think something could be done with that for more social things with the kids. But again, I'll work with everybody, especially on the budget. The reason why I feel I'm the best candidate is I think the choice is clear. I'm going to be an advocate for Ward 1 in the city. I'm going to attend all the meetings and all the subcommittee meetings that an elected official should be doing. I'll also answer all correspondence from all residents, regardless of your problems, whether you're in Ward 1 or you're in another ward. And also, as an elected official, I believe outside behavior is very important, and I'll be a model citizen and exemplary behavior for our children in the city of Attleboro. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Poor. Next up is Ms. Johnson.
Thank you, Daniel. Hello, Attleboro. My name is Shannon Johnson, and I'm honored to be standing here today as a candidate for re-election to the Attleboro School Committee. I, too, would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to the Attleboro High School Student Council and their advisor, Mr. Kevin Gorman, for organizing and hosting tonight's forum, which is fast becoming an election year tradition in Attleboro. Thank you for this wonderful addition to the culture of our community. My vision for the Attleboro Public Schools is to ensure that every student, no matter their background, ability, or learning style, has access to high-quality, well-rounded education that gives them the knowledge and skills to thrive in the world ahead. Our schools should be places where academic excellence, critical thinking, creativity, and social-emotional growth flourish together. My top priorities include strengthening academic outcomes by ensuring every classroom has the high-quality instructional materials and teacher training needed to meet students where they are and then guide them to reach their full potential. Fostering a learning environment where every student feels safe, secure, supported, and valued, addressing both mental health and school culture. And I will continue to support and advocate for strong partnerships among families, educators, and the Attleboro community while ensuring transparency in decision-making and effective use of taxpayer dollars. I'm running because I believe in the potential of our students and the power of public education to shape Attleboro's future. I bring a collaborative approach, a record of listening and problem solving, and a deep commitment to fiscal responsibility. I'll continue to work tirelessly to ensure our schools not only meet today's challenges, but prepare our children for tomorrow's opportunities. For me, this isn't about politics. I'm running for our students, our teachers, and our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Johnson. Next up is Mr. Storrs.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Jim Storrs, and I'm seeking re-election to the position of School Committee at Large. For those who may not know me, I'm a 10-year United States Submarine Force veteran, and in 1997, when I separated from the military, my wife Lisa and I chose Attleboro to be our home, and is where we've raised our two children, my daughter Amanda and my son James, both who attended the Attleboro Public Schools from pre-kindergarten through high school. I've always believed in service to one's country and to one's community, and as such, over the years, I've been a coach for youth soccer, Sagra, and Whitehawks football. I was the Scoutmaster of Troop 24 here in Attleboro for 7 years. I served on a superintendent search committee, and I served on the school council of my children's elementary school. But it was during my role as the president of my children's elementary school PTO where I started to take notice of things going on within the district, which led to my running for school committee. Fast forward to today, and I am completing my 14th year on the school committee. As one of the only members who has served on all 4 of the standing subcommittees, I have a unique understanding of the district's curriculum, our facilities, and our finances and budget process. And for all 14 years, I've served on the policy subcommittee, including 8 years as the chairperson. And I've even taken a lead role in drafting or editing some of our most important, including the anti-bullying policy. This gives me thorough knowledge of our policies and procedures. Now let me talk about my vision and priorities. My priority has and will continue to be the students. The decisions the school committee makes should always be based on what is in the best interest of the students. As I've done in the past, I will continue to look for and promote new opportunities for the students at all levels, whether it be curriculum related or in regard to sports, clubs, or after-school programs. A great example of this is when years ago I fought to bring lacrosse as a new school sport to the high school. More recently, I've shared concepts to increase our vocational offerings, student garden, or create a co-op program at the high school. I will continue to advocate for the state funding formula to be fixed, and I will always put the students first.
Mr. Porras.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Chairman Geddes.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone here tonight. Thank you to everyone watching at home, and to AACS for broadcasting this. And I guess I will be the last to thank the Student Council and the high school for hosting, but I'll be the first to congratulate you all on a great event and a great job moderating tonight. My name is Rob Geddes, and I'm one of the candidates for re-election to school committee at large. I'm finishing my 5th term, my first as the chair of the school committee. I have about 25 years of experience as a college administrator, and am a proud parent of 3 current APS students and an educator in another district. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to answer a question related to a vision for the district. In my time, even before being on the committee and since being on the committee, I've participated in the development of 3 strategic plans for this school district, actually with Ms. Johnson. And reflecting back on the past 10 years, I'm proud to see how those strategic plans have led to the decisions that are made on the day-to-day operations of the schools, whether that is investing in this facility to expand our CTE programming, whether that is extension of our special education programs, our music, and our art programs into our middle and elementary schools, or the right sizing of the organization of our district to better support teaching and learning. Going forward, related to specific educational programs, I would like to see our district eventually be able to bring world languages to our middle schools. And although it's not a direct educational program, I would also like to see us bring guidance council staff to the middle schools to start that post-secondary planning earlier for our younger students. All of our visions, as you've heard, are contingent upon a better funding formula to properly fund the Attleboro Public Schools. So why should I get your vote? Over the past 10 years, I've demonstrated a fiery advocacy and commitment to the Attleboro Public Schools, and I will continue to do so as long as I am in office. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Geddes. Thank you, candidates. You may be seated. We are now going to move on to the second and final round of tonight's forum. In this section, we are offering all candidates 1 additional minute to complete their responses from the opening round and share any additional remarks related to their candidacy. For this round, we will start with the first group of City Council members in contested races for at-large positions. I'd like to once again welcome Mr. Baroni, Council President Delicio, Councilor Sawyer, Councilor Lavoie, and Councilor Tavares. This time we will start with Mr. Baroni. Mr. Baroni, you have 1 minute for your concluding remarks.
Thank you, Student Council, and thank you, Principal Levis. Appreciate all of us being here, and our time is brief. I'd say the most important thing of what I try and live by is if you can see something where you can improve it, you must take action. And that's why I'm here to help and give a voice to those who, like I said, when I interviewed people, that there was felt like a lack of connect on their goals and purposes for this city. And as one other point too, is we've talked about that the city needs to be approved a lot, but I was working with JP Moran, who ran for Congress in District 6, and he noticed that the prices of our houses are actually one of the best in the state, and that we should be proud of what we have here, and that we should be looking for the gold. And for every situation and others, that's what we need to do and take action ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baroni. Next up is Councilor President Delicio.
Thank you, and thank you again to the Attleboro High School students. This has really been a wonderful program tonight. Your engagement and participation is inspiring for sure. To the residents of our great city, You are the reason I entered public service. You are whom I'm working for. I think about you and your family with every vote I take on the council floor, and with your vote, I'll continue to be your advocate at City Hall. On November 4th, you and your neighbors will go to the polls to vote for your local representatives, giving you a direct say in how your city will be run over the next 2 years. It's crucial to elect someone who will work for your priorities with strong, experienced leadership. I am that leader. My name is Jay Delisio, and I'm humbly asking for your vote for Attleboro City Council at large on November 4th. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilor President Delisio. Next up is Councilor Sawyer.
Thank you. For my conclusion, I'm running for re-election because I love this community, our people, our neighborhoods, and the sense of pride we share in calling this place home. As chair of the Zoning, Land Use, and Sustainability Committee, I worked hard to listen to the residents and plan thoughtfully for the future, but there's still more to do. I believe real progress happens when we listen, when we reach across the aisle, when we keep people, not politics, at the heart of every decision. I bring compassion, determination, and a deep commitment to fairness and opportunity. I speak up and I fight hard for our residents. I will continue to vote to protect our environment, stand up for housing that's truly affordable, and make sure every voice is heard. I don't back down when it counts. I want to continue the growth of our sustainable, inclusive, and affordable community with you in this next term. Please vote for me on November 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Sawyer. Next up is Councilor Lavoie.
Thank you once again, student council, for hosting this. I wanted to end with a bit about me. I didn't put it in the beginning part for a reason. My name is Nicholas Lavoie, and I'm a lifelong resident here. I'm 30 years old and proud to be, thanks to this guy being a little older, the youngest member on the city council. I'm a local business owner, and I've coached youth sports here in Attleboro for 14 combined seasons, which brings me a vast variety of different backgrounds and children coming up through our school system that I get to witness and be a proud part of. I'm a proud husband and a father to a 1-year-old daughter on Thursday and a son due in February. And to answer the question of what I think is my difference or what sets me apart is when I look out into the auditorium, I see my former dean, the husband to my former algebra teacher, a police officer in the back that I went to school with. And so for me, I'm able to advocate for those people. I'm very proud, and I want to protect Attleboro, the school system I came through. And from coaching, I want to protect the future for all those students and make sure they're proud and that they want to live here when they're older like me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilor Lavoie. All right. Lastly, we have Councilor Tavares.
Well, thank you again to the Student Council. You guys certainly deserve the credit for putting all this together. And thank you, everyone, for being here tonight to engage in this important conversation about our city's future. Over the past 2 years, I've worked hard to bring independent thinking, fiscal discipline, and common sense to the City Council. We've made progress, but there's still much more work to do. And if fortunate enough to be reelected, I'll continue focusing on accountability for city government, affordability for residents, and planning responsibly for Attleboro's future. My approach is simple. Listen to residents, do the homework, and make decisions based on the facts. That's what I've done, and that's what I'll continue to do. I'm grateful for the trust that Attleboro has placed in me, and I look forward to continuing to serve with integrity, accountability, and with a focus on real results for our community. I respectfully ask for your vote on or before Tuesday, November 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates. I would now like to hand over my moderator duties to my classmate, Kylie Fish.
I'd like to once again welcome City Council opposed Ward 2 and at-large candidates, Councilor Waterman, Mr. Jackson, Mr. McIntyre, Ms. Morrissey, and Mr. Qualia. As a reminder, candidates will have 1 minute to provide concluding remarks or complete their responses from our opening round. Candidates are also welcome to share more about themselves at this time. Councilor Waterman, we will start with you.
Thank you. We need to move forward protecting our environment. Water. We need to become a city that's known for having the best water all around. And we're going to be putting in a water treatment plant specifically for PFAS at Wading River, which is 40% of our water, and reclaim that area. Our environment, we need to work harder at saving trees. A lot of trees have come down. We need to plant more, and we need to start thinking about how to save a good many more of our trees. Also, we need to protect our wetlands, and I believe we need to extend the level of the protection that we currently have while grandfathering in people who already own that property. And finally, we need to find a way for affordable housing, to really, really work hard on that. And a friend of mine said today we need to incentivize.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but your time is up. Thank you. Next is Mr. Jackson.
Thank you. And again, thank you to the Student Council, school administration, all of you who came out tonight, all of you who are tuning in on Double Aces. And I'd also like to thank Councilor Lavoie for making me feel like a feeble little old man when he stated that he was 30 years old. I have more time on the fire department than you've had on this earth. But keep up the good work, Nick. Again, in closing, my name is Keith Jackson, lifelong Attleboro guy, 35 years on a fire job. I have the time now, I have the energy, I have the spirit, and the drive to represent everybody in this fine city of ours. And I hope to gain one of your votes for City Council at large on or before November 4th. My voice will be your voice in the City Council chambers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Next is Mr. McIntyre.
Thank you, and thank you once again to the Attleboro High School Student Council for putting on this event. Y'all did a great job. You should be very proud of yourselves. Everyone's here tonight, either on stage or in the audience or watching, because we care about our city and we believe in a bright future for it. Now, make no mistake, we're going to face challenges. We've heard about many of them tonight. But I do believe that by coming together, we can solve those problems and we can address those challenges. We can make Attleboro a community where housing is attainable for working folks, where we protect and preserve our environment and natural resources, where we look after our most vulnerable neighbors, and where everyone feels like they're welcome and belong. I grew up here in Attleboro. I attended our public schools, and this is the city where my partner and I get to call home. And I'm running for City Council because I believe in that bright future for our city, and I want to put my experience to work for you to make it happen. I hope I can earn your vote on November 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McIntyre. Next is Ms. Morrissey.
Hi again, I am Erin Morrissey. I also grew up in Attleboro and went through the public schools here. I did leave for a while. I left for 20 years and moved to New York City, where I worked as a advertising production / account manager, which gave me the unique opportunity to work with many diverse people and get a good handle on money, handling budgets for multi-million-dollar clients. When I moved home, I went to work with my mother in the real estate business. And what I learned is people love Attleboro because while it's a city, it still has the feeling of a really large town. Even our newest residents have said that. They chose it because it feels like a town. And while we can be business and developer friendly, I think we need to ensure that we keep the town feeling that so many of our residents love. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Morrissey. Last but not least, we have Mr. Qualia.
Thank you very much. I believe what makes me a strong candidate for City Council Ward 2 is my connection to the city through community service and also as a small business owner. As a small business owner, I understand the challenges local businesses do face and the importance of a strong partnership between City Hall and the business community. My business background does give me a unique perspective on working closely with the city of Attleboro. And with the community service, I've worked with SAGRA as the president over the last 5 years. And I've also worked with nonprofits, great services like Kyle Cares and Cecilia's Adventures. And I'm proud to work in Attleboro with those projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, candidates. You may be seated. I would now like to hand over my moderator duties to Shea Mukaso.
Thank you, Kylie. I'd now like to welcome City Council candidates, Councilor Vice President Dolan, Councilor Angelo, and Councilor Holmes. Candidates. Candidates will have 1 minute to provide concluding remarks or complete their responses from our opening round. Candidates are also welcome to share more about themselves at this time. This time, we will start with Councilor Vice President Dolan.
Thank you. It has been an honor to serve as your city councilor. During my time, I've worked to ensure that your tax dollars are managed responsibly, focusing on accountability, efficiency, and results that truly benefit our residents. Together, we've made really great progress, but there's more to do. I'm running for re-election to continue promoting fiscal responsibility, transparent leadership, and a city government that puts people first. With your trust, we can keep our city strong and move forward together. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Vice President Dolan. Councilor Angelo.
Thank you, everybody. Being a 56-year resident of Attleboro, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot happen. I put 5 kids through the whole Attleboro school system. I'm not concerned about your vote. What I'm more concerned about is everybody getting together and helping. There's a lot of homeless people out there. My work goes way beyond just the city council, and we need help with the Hebron Food Pantry. We need help with help finding homeless some place to live and stay and everything, and especially with the cold coming up. It's a big problem around here, and I just want to see everybody get together, and feel free, if there's people that I can help, by all means, I'd be more than happy to help them, and I will continue to help them and do everything we can. But we really all need to kind of get together, help each other out, and see what we can do to help each others less fortunate than we are, and try to pull everybody together and do what we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Angelo. And finally, Councilor Holmes.
Thank you. So again, I'm running for Ward 6 City Council. This will be I'm 8 years in, so it'll be additional 2 years, so it'll be 10 years in after this. I'm not surprised that after I spoke, somebody said you need to speak up, because people have been telling me that for 8 years. I don't know if I'm ever going to make a change there, but I can certainly try. I will say that if you ever talk to me one-on-one, and anybody on the stage can tell you I can be relentless when I'm passionate about an issue. So if you ever want to kind of reach out to me and talk about something, or if you're passionate about something, I would encourage you to reach out. But right now, echoing what actually Councilor Angelo just said, there's tons of boards and commissions that have openings right now, even the Youth Commission. If you students or some of you are involved, I would encourage anyone to reach out and just get involved. There's things to do. There's the Disability Commission, there's the Council on Aging, Conservation Commission. So I would encourage residents to just come out and let us know and get involved in some way. And that concludes my comments. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilor Holmes. Thank you, candidates. I'd now like to hand over my moderator duties to Matthew Olson.
Thank you. I'd now like to once again welcome school committee opposed candidates, Chairman Geddes, Mr. Storrs, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Poor, and Mr. Amaral. Candidates will have 1 minute to provide concluding remarks or complete their responses from our opening round. Candidates are also welcome to share more about themselves at this time. This time we will start with Chairman Geddes.
Thank you again to our student organizers and moderators, to everyone here and watching at home, but also a very heartfelt thank you to my family for your support, for everything I do on the committee. I wouldn't be able to do it without you. Finally, I want to thank my neighbors across the city of Attleboro for the opportunity to have served you in this role over the past 10 years. This has been a messy election season at all levels and at all sides, but my goal will continue to be to work with all of our elected officials and my colleagues at all levels to continue to advance our schools and advocate for our students and families to the best of my abilities, so that we have the programs and services that we need as a school district of our size. I'm proud of the work the district has done over the past decade and hope to continue that work. It has been an honor to serve on your behalf, and I hope that the work I've done so far for all of you and our students and families has earned your support on or before November 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Geddes. Mr. Storrs?
Thank you. First, I would like to thank all of you for being here tonight, and especially the students and their advisors for providing us with this opportunity. As I mentioned in my opening, I've been serving you as a member of the school committee for 14 years. This experience matters, especially in this coming term, as we continue to recover from the educational loss due to the COVID shutdown, deal with our aging facilities, and the difficulties of increasing costs in areas such as healthcare. I've always believed that the role of the school committee members, first and foremost, to make our decisions in the best interest of the students, and if we continue to do so, we are making the best decisions for the city. I would be honored to continue to be part of the school committee to collaborate and make these important decisions that affect our students and community. So I ask for your vote in the upcoming municipal election. Please vote for James Storrs for at-large school committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Storrs. Ms. Johnson?
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I would also like to thank my family who are here with me tonight. I couldn't do this without their love and support, so thank you. I'd also like to take a moment to wish my husband a happy anniversary. We celebrated 29 years yesterday. Thank you. I guess we're oldly weds now, Kevin. And thank you once again to the organizers, AACS and the Sun Chronicle for their coverage, and to my fellow candidates, and to all who have watched tonight's forum. Everyone plays an important role in keeping our democracy healthy. During my time on the school committee, I've had the privilege of sitting on all 4 of the standing subcommittees, and I'm the current chair of the Teaching and Learning Subcommittee. This has given me the insight and experience to understand the needs of our district and how seemingly unrelated needs are connected. Thank you, Attleboro, for your trust and confidence in these past years. Our community is one that is full of pride and promise. Together, we can continue the good work of cultivating a school system that reflects our values and invests in our future. Tonight, I ask for your continued support. Thank you, Attleboro. Let's do this together.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Mr. Poor?
Hello, everyone, again. I also want to thank everyone for being here. I also want to thank all of my fellow candidates, school committee, and everything else. I think you should be proud and honored that you're even trying to even serve the city in some capacity. I feel I will be a very good advocate for Ward 1 and all of Attleboro. I have 3 children in the school system, and I will have, at least for the next 6 years, I also have a child with special needs, so I am also familiar with all that. I'll treat every child as my own, and I'll treat every parent as a long-lost friend. I think I'll be a great advocate for the city, for Ward 1, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Poor. And finally, Mr. Emerald.
Thank you, everybody, for being here and allowing us to get our message out to the community. As a parent currently navigating the same challenges that many Attleboro families face, I can bring a different and highly relevant perspective to the school committee. I understand firsthand what is working well and where stronger support is needed, particularly for students receiving special services. That experience will guide my decisions and ensure the voices and families are represented at the table. I humbly ask for your vote on November 4th so we can continue building a stronger future for every student in Attleboro.
Thank you, Mr. Emerald, and thank you, candidates. You may now take a seat. I would now like to hand over my moderator duties to my classmate, Xanasan.
Thank you. I would like to once again welcome school committee candidates, Vice Chairman Domenici, Mr. Bennett, and Mr. Frappier. Candidates will have 1 minute to provide concluding remarks or complete their responses from our opening round. Candidates are also welcome to share more about themselves at this time. This round will start with Vice Chairman Domenici.
Thank you very much. To quickly finish my comment from before, I would like to take the opportunity to extend the good restorative practices of the youth court that are currently being practiced by high school students and extend that out to our middle schools. Thank you all for being here tonight, And thank you especially to the Ward 6 residents for entrusting me with another term. It is something I value and I never take for granted. I will continue to work to the best of my abilities to serve all of you and to make sure that your issues and concerns are heard and that we get the best educational outcome for our students that we can provide. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bennett.
Thank you. One thing that leapt out to me listening tonight was the number of people here who are candidates who coached youth sports. And the reason I mention that is I think everyone who's ever played for me has heard me say, we're one team. We win as a team, we lose as a team. And it's good to see so many folks here on the stage who are doing the right thing, just like we all are. We're all here because we want to do the right thing for Attleboro. Attleboro has a proud tradition of nonpartisan elections, and I am proud to represent that, and I think that it's really important. And I know that after this election, whichever way it goes, no matter who is here, we are all going to get together, we're going to roll up our sleeves, and we're going to work as hard as we can to do the right thing for Attleboro. That's 100% my focus. It's why I'm in public service. And thank you very much for your time. I'm going to take every second of my remaining 10 seconds to say thank you all, and please reach out to me. I'm very easy to get a hold of.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bennett. Mr. Frappier.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank everyone who attended tonight or who is watching at home. It's great to have you. Also, I'd like to give a good thank you to our moderators. They're fantastic, and it's great to see the spirit of civic engagement is live and well here in Attleboro. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve the voters of Ward 5 on the school committee for the last 4 years. It's really short and simple. If I could leave you tonight with one message, is that local government matters, and this is proof of it. We're the ones that see your kids. We're the ones that make the budget. We are the ones that are here every day for Attleboro, or every other Monday, depending on the schedule. But we're here for you guys, and for the students, and for just in general. But showing up is important. And by that, I mean, if you haven't voted yet, make a plan to vote. Go to the polls next week. Last year, we had 9 to 10% participation in our local elections in 2023. I'd love to see it above 12. That'd be awesome. So if you haven't voted yet, please vote. I look forward to seeing you at the polls, and thank you and have a nice night.
Thank you very much, Frappier. You may all sit back down. Thank you, candidates. I would like to hand over my moderator duties to my classmate, Gabriel Reed.
Thank you. I'd like to once again welcome up the candidates for executive offices. Mayor DeSimone, City Treasurer Gignac, City Collector Dolan, and City Clerk Jackson. Candidates will have 1 minute to provide concluding remarks or complete their responses from the opening round. Candidates are also welcome to share more about themselves at this time. Mayor DeSimone, you have 1 minute to start for your concluding remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, Attleboro Student Council. Great job. One of my favorite things about this amazing new high school is that it serves as a remarkable example of community and what we can do when we work together. Indeed, the most important thing for our local elected officials is to work together, have honest conversations, and do what must be done to move forward. In local government, we don't have the luxury of closing our doors when we don't agree. In local government, we have to get stuff done every day. We pay the bills, we keep the lights on, we keep our schools, neighborhoods, and streets safe, we fill potholes, provide clean water, and make sure the trash is picked up. I believe mayor is more than a title and requires more than vague promises. It is a place where vision meets action. It is where the future begins and where success demands hard work, creativity, and collaboration. I believe in servant leadership, listening to residents, and acting decisively. And I wake up every morning focused on moving the city forward. My name is Kathleen DeSimone, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 4th. And to all of you for being here tonight, I thank you for your service. I look forward to working with each and every one of you in whatever capacity it may be.
Thank you very much. Next up, City Treasurer Gignac.
Hi, it's been a pleasure serving the residents of the city of Attleboro for the last 10 years. I truly enjoy what I do every day, day in and day out. I love helping people. It's my passion, and I want to continue to do so. I also will continue to seek out new ways to improve workflow, as well as assist all the residents in the city now and in the future. I'd like to thank you each for your continued support, and please remember to vote Laura Gignac for City Treasurer on November 4th.
Thank you so much. Next up, City Collector Dolan.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Tom Dolan. I'm not only a candidate, but I'm also a community member. The Collector's Office is about trust, financial integrity, and public confidence. And I take that responsibility seriously. I will bring integrity, efficiency, and with your support, we can make certain that your tax dollars are collected responsibly and used wisely for the benefit of our neighborhoods, our services, and our future. So once again, thank you for your time. I appreciate everything, and I hope you all get out and vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Last but not least, City Clerk Jackson, you're up.
Thank you. So in the clerk's office in 2022, my first term, and I walked in and they were still using a pencil and an eraser, and you weren't being able to pay for anything online, which I was able to get done. So now you can order any type of certificates or whatever it is that you need from my office. You can do it online now. I am currently now also in the clerk's office. We are digitizing. We were fortunate enough to get part of a grant so we can digitize vital records, which are extremely important, and make some space and make the office maybe look a little bit more modern. On November 4th, I would ask for you to pick all your favorite candidates here, and if you wouldn't mind just checking off Kate Jackson along the way, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You all may be seated. I'd now like to call up my classmate, Charlie Preble, to the podium to deliver closing remarks for the evening.
Hi. So thank you all for joining us this evening for our Candidates Forum. We would like to extend our sincere appreciation to our Attleboro High School students for submitting these questions, and to our candidates for sharing their time and perspectives with us as well. We would like to also thank our AHS marketing and graphic design students, particularly Malia Jean, for their work on the programs that you've received this evening. Our student moderator, Shane Mikasa, building admin, Kevin Gorman, and of course, our student council advisor, Ms. Karen Pereira. We hope you found this forum both informative and valuable in learning more about the individuals seeking office in this year's elections. The candidates will be available in the cafeteria following this event, and we invite you to continue this discussion with them on anything that you may find important. Events like this remind us that an informed and engaged community is essential to a healthy democracy. Thank you for being a part of this important conversation, for your continued interest in local leadership, and for your commitment to shaping the future of our community. Have a wonderful evening, and make sure to show up at the polls.